Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the channel. It's WRESTLE RELAUNCH. We're here with Paul and Keith here, and this might be the farewell of the channel for another 6 months because Keith, our recorder, is gonna go get his surgery for his crazy 2023 motorcycle incident where they're
Oh
gonna
my
lash
god.
his legs back together. So this might be a long
No,
one. This might be a
me,
short one.
no.
This might be Jesus. He knows I'm speaking facts here, but this might be a long one, and this might be the last one
No,
for a
Monday.
while.
Monday. Monday's gonna be the last one.
Well, he said he's gonna sleep, so maybe Monday. I will be working. I'm working. I've been working for 2 weeks straight. It's horrendous. But how's everyone been doing the last week?
Exactly.
That's that's how everyone's been doing in the last week.
Yes,
I-
exactly.
I've
Yes.
been stuck in the shafts of the work life, and Paul's been stuck with Bianca Belair all week, and Villain is getting preparing for his motorcycle accident surgery.
I'm surprised that Sponge is even here with us today. Between getting his hair done, getting his nails done, having to work 2 weeks in a row, like I just don't know where he finds the time.
Such a
You
diva.
know what? I gotta
Diva.
squeeze it in for. I gotta. Whoa, diva now.
We should get him
Come
a
on
we
now.
should get him a replica of Diva's title.
I was gonna say it. Good job, Paul.
Jesus. Hey, I'll have a replica belt. Send it my way right now.
Just not the one that Paige had, though, right?
We'll make sure to clean that one off. And speaking of Paige, you know what? That's a good way to start. It looks like Soraya is trying to sneak her way into the dub. What are you guys' thoughts on Soraya? Me personally, I don't want her anywhere near the dub. I mean, she bad. I know Keith, you're gonna say everyone does this, but as soon as she stepped foot into Grand Slam and starting there, she just smack shit talked the fuck out of the dub for 4 years of her being in that fucking company. So I want to hear your guys' thoughts on Soraya trying to mingle her way back into the WWE.
All right. So if we're gonna
It
do that,
seems.
right, we have to find the female Seth Rollins. It's gonna be like, you tore this place down. Blah, 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 blah. I'm wearing my wife's clothes in the ring. Blah, 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 blah.
And then she's gonna say, "This is my house." Remember, before she left, that was her gimmick.
Bro, Seth Rollins is starting to sound like John Laurinaitis at this point with his voice. Like, what the hell's going on there? I don't like it.
Such a whiny baby.
We need to find who WWE has as the female Seth Rollins that can be like, ever since you left here, you're just tearing this place down. Oh my god! Like, just stop. Like, WWE doesn't have to go over their promos 85,000 times like other places do.
Eh, I could care less either way. I mean, if she comes back, she comes back. Give her a short stint, and then send her off on her way again. You know,
Where do you put her?
Backstage, definitely as
She was backstage
definitely
already before she left because
no,
that's why
but I
she
mean
left.
like a producer.
yeah.
You think she'd? Yeah, no, yeah, she's getting
She'd
there. With
she'd come back if she had the chance, because like she's medically cleared to wrestle, so like she can have a couple of matches if she wants. Like she can do a Saudi Arabia spot with Natalia because like they've been
I would,
around. I mean,
I would leave. I would be like Soraya. I would leave too if they made the person that hurt me the fucking double champion and pushed them to the moon. If you know who I'm talking about.
Huh?
Mercedes Monet's the one that retired Paige because she kicked her in the back of the neck like an idiot at a live show.
Sponge's favorite wrestler of all time, Mercedes Monet.
Yeah, did you know that, Paul? That she's the one that hurt her?
No. No.
Like, she literally back kicked her with both her feet directly in the neck. Like, what were you doing?
I'm
You
actually
are
Well, she's not very smart. So
so she's obviously smarter than villain.
if I let
Um,
if you're gonna bring back Soraya, I'm really glad, and this can segue into what I was reading before when you and I were on the phone before. Um, Paul, I don't know if you know, but this week on TNA Impact, Rosemary came back,
mm,
and she's no stranger to getting hurt in the ring by somebody who didn't want to not go over. I would have Rosemary and Soraya literally talk backstage and just be like, look, it's this. You're not there anymore. That person's not here. Just go off, do whatever you got to do the best you can. Like this is your house. Like just reaffirm to her that she's home. I mean, it seems to work for literally everybody else once they go to the other side and be like, oh no 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 no, and then just come back home. I mean, not for some. Andrade's still on fucking like main event.
That's so stupid. Well, you got to remember he divorced Charlotte, so his push ended there.
Yeah.
Yeah, his push ended there. Yeah.
His push ended as soon as that news came out. Like I don't even think the company knew that they split up until that fucking article came out out of nowhere for no reason. But I hate it.
That's what I thought it was strange that he got moved to SmackDown because they obviously didn't know
You know what?
and knew that they were going to bring her back to SmackDown.
You know what I didn't know was not only is John Cena going for the record at WrestleMania, but I didn't know that Charlotte Flair was going for number 15 at WrestleMania.
Hmm.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Yep.
Jesus Christ on a cracker.
The
And it better not happen. And it better not happen because I will be like, you don't understand. This Mania, I'm not having no fun with it, the build. I'm not having no interest into it. Last night sold me a bit with the main event, the new main event. But so far with the other shit, if I see, Jey Uso win or I see a fucking Charlotte Flair win, it's going to feel like WrestleMania 39 main event for me. In terms of I'm going to pass out or turn the TV off, turn the TV off, turn the
I
TV off.
mean, I hate
Mustard.
I hate to I hate to keep saying it, but I said that before all this started that this was going to be a tough push for him to live up to last year. And every now and then you get a glimmer of something, but then it goes back down to,
Well, we'll see
you
starting
know,
we'll see starting Monday because like Jimmy
you only got
pushed
20
Jimmy
days.
pushed Jay to bring back like that absolute like top guy status Jey Uso, the one that pinned Roman Reigns in that tag match. Like there are signs of if they bring back that Jey Uso, he has a chance. They did this literally for almost an entire year with Sami Zayn and Gunther. It's like you can't beat me. You still can't beat me. I beat you 3 times already. Why am I gonna fight you again? And then you had like Super Sammy.
Yep.
Like he pulled out the Brainbuster at WrestleMania, which people lost their shit over. Like if you've ever watched Chikara in the Indies and you saw him pull off that Brainbuster, that is one of the most devastating looking things I've ever seen. Between the buckle spot and like falling off the top rope, some of those guys fell out of the ring on that spot. I don't know.
I don't know. I don't think they're going to get there because
Like I said,
I swear to God, Monday afternoon, if they start the damn show with John Cena again, and they don't let him have a little more back and forth, eh, I don't want to see it.
yeah, see, I want to agree there because I want to, like, we don't even need to see physicality. The back and forth hasn't even been
No,
good. Like
done.
I
No.
like I want to see a little. And you know what's pissing me off more, Paul, is that there hasn't been reference to The Rock. There hasn't been reference to Travis Scott. There hasn't been reference to any of the actual shit that led to him fucking turning heel, other than him blaming us in Ethereum. He fucking literally just no mention of The Rock. Like, oh, I'm under The Rock's fucking wing now. Like, you know what I mean? Like, 'cause at the chamber, the fucking
Yeah.
Rock point the fingers and do his fingers and finger himself and stuff.
Oh
And
God.
then fucking he turned on
What the
Cody or
hell?
whatever. So like, you know what I mean? It's like where's the Rock gonna be on all this? Like when are we gonna see the Rock again? Are we gonna see him on Monday out of nowhere just because they're in London? Like does the Rock just choose to come in, make no sense and disappear and come back, make no sense and disappear and come back, make no sense?
I don't
Because
know.
he's
Are
not
they are
fighting on the
they
card.
are they filming in London?
I don't even know. Like literally, like I think Cena's done filming for that other thing because he was in a different whole. He was in Europe. I think that's why he's showing up because he's filming in Euro. So that's probably that makes way more sense. But for The Rock, I don't even think he's filming anything. I don't think he's doing anything at this moment for other movies. But it's a little goofy that at least The Rock could do a promo, a taped promo, and I wouldn't even mind it. Like, oh well, me and Cena did this because they did that stupid shit where, well, after the main event of fucking last year, me and Cody, we became good friends. That our moms became good friends. Do you remember that fucking shit from like last month?
Yeah.
Like they
Yep.
could do
Stupid.
something to explain. So if Cody and him became such good friends after that fucking pay per view that it led to him making John Cena fucking turn on him, who we saw last year, Cena helped Cody win the damn thing. Like none of this is making any sense for me. Because we fucking if Cena was this fucking mad and it's his final year, why the fuck did he help Cody a year prior to
Uh-oh.
begin with?
Uh-oh.
If he was just gonna join The Rock's reign.
It was $5 and 20 seconds. Sponge pissed.
Did I
Sponge
say 5 bucks?
Sponge is approaching AEW levels.
Like I'm telling you, like literally, I was like doing the math. I was like, Cena helped Cody win the fucking belt. He ate Roman and took out Solo Sikoa. He took out two fucking people right there, and then he got fucking rock bottom by the fucking guy he's under the wing by, turning heel by. So like, what? We didn't get an explanation to that, and we still haven't. It's been a month. It's about to be two. Elimination Chamber was a month ago, almost entering 2 months ago, which is insane to me. And we've had two promos that were just. I'm not buying this heel Cena. It's not like the promos are good, but I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it at all. I can't really buy it. But
Telling you,
that's just me.
I'm
And
telling you,
then
Considering the
have
fact
Cena show up and beat the piss out of our truth,
considering the
and that
fact
would
Elimination
cement him as
Chamber
the heel.
Elimination Chamber was March 1st, by the way. It was only a month ago. It feels like two
yeah,
because it's so drawn out.
It feels like because it's slow. Yeah.
It's such a slow
nah,
burn.
it's tomato tomato same thing. But yeah, having our truth come out and fucking get beat up by Cena, and then I'll be more.
Yeah.
And then
Have our
Cody
truth.
come for the save, and Cody come for the save,
Yeah.
and throw a punch
Right.
at Cena, and have a punch, and then Cena goes away, and then all right. Right, that mark. But when do you bring back The Rock?
You
Bring
don't.
back like this could have
You
been a
don't.
like this did not need The Rock. Like I've been listening to Cornette. This did not need The Rock or Travis Scott for it to work. Cena is a star on his own, and he could have just done it then and there. He did not need The Rock or anyone there in that corner. It would have been just perfect right there. Cody comes out and congratulates him and face to face, and he just low blows him. Like, wouldn't that be even more? Am I making any sense to this?
Well, I mean, you could do that, but they still haven't done anything with it since then.
And
So we're in the same boat. So
speaking about Travis Scott, he's not even the theme song of WrestleMania anymore. Last night, if you guys heard, Timeless.
yep.
Guess what? The Weekend is now back with the WrestleMania streak. His streak is not over. His streak is back. And the Weekend, one of my favorite songs with Playboy Cardi, "The Angry Man," according to Keith.
Timeless
Timeless is now the
Tony
new theme.
Storm?
Oh Jesus, no, no. It's the new theme song. So now Travis got booted out from being the theme song of Mania. so, so there's that. So
That's what,
I'm
that's
genuinely
what you
mad
get for
on that.
punching Cody in the head.
Yep.
I don't know. That's just whatever they're
Okay.
doing there. I'm not excited, but who wants to carry
So
on?
I want to get your take on the other news that happened this week that Mandy Rose is severely butthurt
Oh my lord!
because they're not recognizing her as a double champion, which she wasn't.
I don't think with her profession right now that you're allowed to say Mandy Rose and butthurt in the same sentence.
Oh Jesus! Well, I think it's stupid. She's stupid in general because first, remember like a month or two ago, she said she created a word that someone used on fucking I forgot what show or a catchphrase, and she's like, they're not giving me credit. I think she's just
Oh,
fucking
jeez.
literally butthurt that she's not there anymore and she was let go because she's a fucking a skank. Am I allowed to
Again,
say that?
again,
Am I
you
allowed to say
guys,
that?
you guys cannot use Mandy Rose and butthurt in the same sentence. Look,
Dude,
come at me, TikTok comments. Come at me, YouTube comments. I'm a freaking villain. That's what I am. I'm gonna say it as it is.
you know what, Keith? You should get the bleep sound effect and do it delay like Netflix delaying the FU Cena channel too. Because I want to say a whole lot of
Yeah,
weird shit here.
but they miss it sometimes if they can't get the rhythm
They
down on it.
always miss it. It's just hilarious.
It's a
They'll be
rhythm.
like
It's a
FUC,
rhythmic
and that's it.
chant. How do you not get the rhythm down?
FUC. I know it's
I,
FUC, not FUCB, FUB. It's like the you get the fucking, but you fucking censor the C now. It's just hilarious.
Dude, they stopped
But
bleeping it
back,
after a while. They just let it go.
yeah.
they
It's
gave up.
Netflix.
Yeah,
They can let it go if they want to.
yeah,
Needs to be doing that. But before we get carried on to that entourage, Mandy Rose is very ignorant here because it was
That's a better
it was a
word.
unification. It was a unification match. First of all, her match was a
correct.
unification. Once that fucking match is over, those titles are unified. You're not coming out with the other one. You're just keeping that
Right.
one belt that was in turn unified. Stephanie
Yeah,
Totally
McCurr,
agree.
because I don't see Gunther with the NXT UK title.
McCurr is defending these two titles on the same show. She won both belts, and she is defending them on Tuesday. Won the main event, obviously the NXT belt, and during the middle of the card, the fucking North American Championship. That's a double champion. Like when Seth
Correct.
Rollins defended his U.S. belt and his world title, and like how Jericho beat fucking Austin and The Rock and got the double belt. You know.
We don't mention the Seth Rollins one because he ended Sting's WWE career.
And we don't talk about that
Yes.
either because he came back and he jumped off the arenas and went through glass, and that doesn't matter
In
anymore.
the other place.
Cry me a river.
My
Yeah.
God, that spot last night was so fucking funny with Drew McIntyre.
Oh yes, it was, and it was perfect to have Punk walking by too.
Punk walked by, saw the glass, just laughed and walked
Smirk.
away.
Yep.
So yeah, what was your take? Is that I think my take is everyone's take on that for Mandy Rose?
Yeah, it's just ridiculous. It was the NXT UK was going away. You unified the belts. That other belt ceased to exist. You were not a double champion. You never defended both championships.
Correct.
There you go. Is it crazy to me that the house show and the dark matches have been looking a lot better than the fucking main shows? Like last week on Raw, sorry, on last Friday after the show ended, they got a 6-man tag match. I think it was Rey Mysterio, Cody Rhodes, and CM Punk versus who cares because I don't think it mattered because you know who was going over.
Yeah.
Like I think it's insane that they're giving like last night it was or this morning whatever the fuck time it is over there. It was Punk and Gunther in a steel cage. Like they've been fighting. They've been giving these people pay-per-view matches and they've been giving the weekly TV shows ass.
Well, how much has their Europeans been paying for these goddamn tickets? Are they
Well,
getting
I think
screwed just like we are?
I think Raw with the only good ones that I've seen so far on the Europe show is the contract signing from last night and that Brawl last Friday with Punk. Just the Punks and Roman and Seth stuff have been the only things that I think they've been getting
So,
spoiled of,
so you
and
didn't
having Cena.
you didn't see Damian Priest leaning into the whole indie taker thing?
I love that.
But
He hit the South of
I don't.
Heaven choke slam
Good.
on that car
Yeah.
on the glass on Drew McIntyre, and he goes, "Rest in peace, jackass!" Like it was so funny.
Yeah, but that's not
But I
spoiling the
did
live crowd.
I did like uh McIntyre calling him the Timu Undertaker.
Yeah,
I did
that
like that. Yeah, I did see that. Taker. That's what he should have said. Timu just got a free advertisement on live television too,
you sure did.
Yep.
like for no reason.
They're like, why are we getting a spike in?
See, with all the graphics that Sponge has put up for WrestleMania so far, including April 49th and 50th, um,
Yes.
I don't
April
hate
49th video.
I don't hate Gunther and Jey Uso. I obviously don't hate Cody and Cena. The women's title triple threat match, it makes sense on all sides. Kevin Owens and Randy Orton, yes. Tiffany and Charlotte, we kind of know
Yeah.
how that's gonna go. Uh, Roman, Seth, and Punk, yes. And even Priest and McIntyre. Everybody knew this was coming from the Royal Rumble. It's like, I don't know why they're like, well, they don't even have chemistry. Are you ass backwards? Like, what the hell? Like, Drew McIntyre was helping out the Judgment Day back when Damian Priest was in it. That's how long ago that they've been packaged together. I really
Yeah,
don't hate on any of these matches. I'm gonna have fun with a whole bunch of them, and not going to be upright for any of them because this is going to be literally 2.5 weeks into recovery. So like it is going to be what it is. But I mean, it'll still be fun. I mean,
You know what's
it's
pissing me
WrestleMania.
off?
It's never not going to be fun. This isn't 2008, 2009 anymore.
You know what's pissing me off about this card though is that, or do you guys have a problem with the graphics of the fucking WrestleMania being different every fucking week? They haven't stuck with one single same graphic at all.
No, I have no
They have,
problem with this because they're all
Yeah,
this.
I don't care.
They're realistically all the same. It's a Vegas theme with all the different
Right.
cards and the colors of what these guys are usually wearing.
no, they're not. One is in a black background with LED logos of the name. One is with two variants are cards. The other variant is them face to face with another LED lights as their names, and the other variant is their JPEGs slapped together in one card with the WrestleMania logo on it. These are all insanely
And
different.
This
and
this one has playing card Vegas theme. 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 What are we talking about here? This
yeah,
one's got the big bright neon lights because it's John Cena and Cody Rhodes. So yeah, okay. Overlooking the strip. Yeah, okay. Um,
Well, you're
and then
not
you have
obviously,
Tiffany and Charlotte.
you know nothing about the graphic world as much as I do because I studied. I was
oh
took.
man,
Yep.
I just think this looks great.
Well, I just think that they need to stick with one fucking graphics because I hope that all the graphic designers are getting paid very well
So you
and
want
they're all
every single
different.
match to be advertised the same way. You want everybody to get bored that everything looks the same, nothing's different, nothing stands out.
You didn't complain last year and the year before and the year before and the year before that year and the year before that year and the year before that year and the year before that year
Yeah,
and the year before that year.
graphics change every year. Like they have
yeah,
they have the
Okay,
ability
you're
to
not
make these
okay.
things look silly.
You're not understanding a word that's coming out of my mouth. The you see, scroll up to the Gunther and Jey Uso one. They have made that graphic first ever since you won the Rumble. That was the graphic, and then they for Tiffany and Charlotte, that was the graphic, and for Cena and Cody, that was the same graphic design. And then they pulled up with this graphic with the black background and the neon lights. And then they switched it back to the cards with the April 20th, 49th, and 50th. And then they left that graphic for the graphic with the KO and Randy. And then they ditched that graphics. And then they started promoting again the neon lights. And then they ditched those graphics. And now we're at the graphics with the CM Punk, Roman, and Seth, and Damien and Drew are the new graphics they're using for the whole show. So what I'm telling you is,
okay,
why don't they
okay,
stick with one graphic? Coming from the graphic design world, it took 6 years of this stupid class.
Because
okay,
Why don't they?
okay.
they're probably putting out a whole bunch of different ones to see which ones people like the most. Because you're gonna have all the people that are complaining on social media about the thing that you are right now talking about them not being consistent with. They're probably gonna go with the one that the people like the most. Like
Well, I hope they stay with the one they have now, the one that they just changed it to. I like the
agreed,
uh,
absolutely agreed. I like
the
that
most
with
new one, the one with Damian Priest and Drew and Punk and Seth and Roman. That one looks more fierce.
yep. Because
It's a big card with all of them in it.
you have the cards and you have the four suits. You have the clubs, you have the diamonds, you have the spades, and you have the hearts. Like I'm good with that. Like it's very Vegas.
Kind of the neon lights one with the strip. It doesn't have a lot of. It's missing a lot just because of the black background. But this new one is fire. I like this one a lot. I will say. But which one's your guys' favorite?
I like the triple threat one. I mean, like that like Roman and Seth and that one's definitely up there. I like the different color shading with McIntyre and Priest.
Yeah, the color shading. That one pops a lot. That one
I like
definitely
the blue
pops.
fading into the purple. Like that's a really good look. I don't know. There's something about April 49th and 50th though. Like that's just my Jamie right there. I don't know.
What about you,
I
Paul?
can't believe they put up that graphic with April 49th and 50th. Like who's that dumb over there at WWE?
I don't
Just
know.
just minor
I
errors.
do. I do not want to insult your expertise in this field, but
No, go ahead.
I don't care.
So would you call him the graphic design diva?
Yes,
Yeah, there we go.
I don't care. Just give me matches I'm interested in.
See, that's the right
I
attitude.
don't care what the I don't care what the background looks like.
The lights are off and the match is on. They're gonna do a no lights match to save the energy, and you're not gonna be able to see the match.
You know what? You guys can make fun of the no lights match all you want, but that fucking that glow in the dark fucking paint that Bray Wyatt was wearing was fire.
That was good.
It was so good.
Yep, that was very good. I don't know. I always was partial to the blindfold match with Jake the Snake and was it
Oh
the model?
Jesus!
Fucking Rick Martel
Yes.
kept pulling off his blindfold. Such a
Did you guys
classic
watch?
heel.
Did you guys watch that match where the power went out in the arena and they kept going? I don't remember the name of it, but I forgot. But the power went out in the middle of the pay per view and they kept going because it was live on air. You
Yeah, it
guys
was
know what I'm
one
talking
of
about?
the in your. It was an in your house pay per view. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that power just went out and they kept going. But then they reshoot it because of it.
You know, speaking of in your house, Paul, you remember all the way back to Beware of Dog,
Yes.
the whole Sean and British Bulldog for the for some sort of title. I don't remember which one it was. It was
Yep.
either the European or Intercontinental. Um, you remember how that match ended with a double pinfall with that German suplex?
Vaguely.
They haven't done that spot in a really long time. Do we see that somewhere coming up? Like
I
I
could see it. Yeah.
I could almost immediately see it happening with Rhea and Io on Monday, and
Yep.
Bianca counting the pinfall and being like, "Oh well, they both lost. I guess I'm the new champion." Oh, no, no. They're like, "Oh well, now you forced my hand. Now it's officially a triple threat match." Attaboy, Adam
Yep.
Pierce.
That's funny. Way to stick to it, Pierce.
I like this whole unhinged Adam Pierce thing though. Like he's starting to look pretty funny on Mondays.
He's trying to get angry.
He's going full Angie.
You know what? I really wish they would have just one more match. I really want to see fucking. God, I forget his name. I'm gonna call him Nigel McGuinness again, but it's not his name.
What, Nick
You know what I'm
Aldis?
talking about, villain? Nick Aldis and
Notice.
him need to just fight just one time.
I want
Just to
somebody to
fucking
like shove him the night after like not obviously not the night after WrestleMania because fucking he's on SmackDown, but like the SmackDown after WrestleMania, I want somebody to just be like, oh, I got screwed over in my match. It'd be like a Drew McIntyre type. It'd be like, oh, I got screwed over. Like,
just
why is it
punch
always
him.
and just like shove Nick Aldis and like have Nick Aldis hit the mat and just like have Nick Aldis pull his jacket off and just start throwing punches. I'd be like,
Yeah,
Nick
I mean
Aldis
we saw
versus
that.
Drew McIntyre would be fire again,
That would
like
be.
it was the
I
last
mean,
time they fought.
fucking Drew McIntyre punched Adam Pierce. Remember at the pre-show?
Yeah.
He was mad as fuck and went on there and fucking Punk screwed him over and he punched the shit out of him. And Wade Barrett got up and started getting all up in his face and shit. Like they teased the fuck out of Wade Barrett coming back out of retirement to fight Drew McIntyre.
Yep.
Rumor has it,
Holy,
Jamie Noble
That would have been good.
feared for his life.
oh no.
The glass spot on Monday Night Raw. No, not Monday Night Raw. Fucking last night on goddamn
SmackDown.
SmackDown. Last night on SmackDown, the glass spot. Rumor has it, Nick Aldis was in fear for his life.
Mm.
Well, I think it's time for that time machine to turn on, isn't it, boys?
Uh-oh.
I think it's
Oh,
time
Not
that
the
again?
we go
time
back.
machine.
I think it's time we go back in time.
Are we going? Are we going all the way back to 2006?
We are going all the way back to 2006 Slammiversary. How did you know when I inserted it into that machine of time? Because we're gonna talk about Paul's new favorite match, the King of the Mountain match from Slammiversary 2006, which included Sting, Jeff Jarrett, Ron Killings, and the NWA World Champion Christian Cage
For those of
in a
you
King of the
who
Mountain
For those of
match.
you who didn't hear Sponge when he started to cut out because he moved too far away from his phone, yeah, that fifth person is Abyss.
Christian Cage. was the last person I said on the list.
Yeah, but when you said Abyss, you like.
Right. You cut out.
Yeah, you like
Oh, okay.
went all the way back. So just making it clear. We'll get there.
Yeah, we got there. So yeah, this match, if you guys don't know or unfamiliar, it's a match with multi-men. You pinfall, you get put in timeout in that box for timeout, but gotta climb a ladder,
All,
put the
all,
title.
all you got to do to describe this match is say Russo.
Yeah,
That's all you need to know about this match.
yeah.
You hang that belt up there and take the belt off, and you win the match because
This
that's
was
how.
the most convoluted thing I have ever seen.
Yeah, you need to see the reverse battle royal.
Oh yeah, you wait,
Yeah,
Paul, until we get
no,
there.
no. When I was searching for this on YouTube, I couldn't find it.
Yeah, you have to
And
you have to find
and
the reverse battle royal.
right, I found a bunch of those, but I could not find this other match because I was looking at it as a reverse ladder, and it was actually under the King of the Mountain moniker.
So
So that's why I couldn't find it.
while we're back in time, Sponge, when Ron Killings made his entrance, did you hear his theme song?
I didn't watch this. I didn't watch the entrances. I skipped that.
You have to go back.
Oh,
You have to watch Ron Killings' entrance, and you have to listen to his theme song. It's very familiar.
I'll take a look back later. This match was just. I skimmed through it a lot. I watched it twice because I couldn't believe my eyes. Sting and R-Truth in the ring together. Was
I'm-
just the most
Well,
randomest
And this is what I
shit
told
ever.
Sponge before. They've both been around for over 30 years.
yeah,
Oh yeah.
but it just looked like nobody wanted to be in this match.
Sting had a
Nobody
lot of
was
fun.
nobody was trying to win this match.
Earl Hebner looked like he wanted to punch somebody.
Did not know what to do in this fucking match. He was all over the place in this match. The spots were R-Truth took some nasty spots in this match.
Yeah.
Really risky spots in this match.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy bumps. Abyss went to the tables.
No, four tables.
Yeah,
Table.
I said the tables with an S.
Yeah, but you didn't appreciate it for the fans. You didn't describe it
Oh,
properly. They had 4 tables stacked on each other. It was dumb.
4 tables for the cushioning landing for Abyss. But let's get to the even goofier part. While this match was going on, Larry Sabisco, what? He's fucking. Who did he screw over first?
Christian.
Um,
Low blowed
He
him.
was the first one to. He low blowed.
Christian and threw him
No,
out of
yeah,
the ring.
Christian. Yeah, he
yeah,
low blowed Christian. He handed the title. Who did he hand the title to?
Double
Jarrett, I thought.
J.
Yep. And then Sting goozled him, right?
Yeah. Yeah, he did. And then he whacked him right
Goozled.
on the top of the head. He went.
And then right after that, what? Sting had the belt, and they started climbing with Christian, right?
Yep.
And then fucking Earl Hebner and pushes the ladder down, and that's where Sting and Christian Cage go. And that's when he hands the belt over to Double J, Double E, Double F,
No.
Double T. What it says.
J
And then
E
it puts
double F J A double R E double T. Come on, you
Double
got to
T.
get it right, man.
tomato
Yep.
tomato. And he grabs the belt and he hangs the belt and unhooks the belt. And that's where I cut off my taping, but Villain didn't cut off his taping.
Nope.
Well, no, you got to finish watching it. I mean, the
Yeah.
aftermath.
Yeah, Jarrett's celebrating, walking up the ramp. A referee comes down,
No,
snatches the belt from him, and then goes and hands it to Cornette. Like Cornette's like, no, we're not doing this. You're not gonna rob the history of the NWA World Title, which was the one on the line, not the TNA World Title. For anybody
He told,
watching the TNA pay-per-view, it was the NWA World Title.
Vince Russo told Jim Cornette, "There's 100 cheeseburgers in the very furthest fucking trailer," and that's Jim Cornette running back to stop his match, but he was too late. This match was just absolute dumb. It was dumb and dumb.
With a Sprite Zero.
Yeah, it was Sprite Zero. Paul, what did you think of this match?
This was like I said, the most convoluted thing I've ever seen, and it just sounds like a Russo idea. So automatically you go into watching this match thinking, all right, this is going to be stupid.
Yeah.
But then your brain tries to apply logic to stuff, and then you're like, you have to say Russo again to get your brain back into stupid mode
Yeah.
to be able to finish it.
Yes.
No.
Oh,
What was the story after that? Did Cornette have a new tournament or something for the belt, or what did he do? Does anybody know?
I'd have to go back, but I know he put him in a whole bunch of like different matches, surprise entrance. Um, there was a whole
We can
thing.
we'll review the next fucking
No,
chapter of that
no,
chapter.
no,
No.
no, no,
No,
no.
no, no.
I'll make Paul
Thank
sit
you.
through hours and hours of that.
We have veto
Thank you.
power. I'll
Drive through.
I'll send you the physical copies. I'll find them on eBay and buy them and send them your way.
I'll drag Yusuf out of retirement just to say no.
He never even made it.
Just to say no. I'll drag him out of retirement just to say no.
He never
We'll
even
have the veto
started or
power.
retired.
We'll have the veto
We'll
power.
have the majority.
Yeah.
Yep.
Got it. I started this company. You can't do this to me. Whatever he said, that one actor said. Who cares? But now let's go back in
Yep.
time to 2017. Time machine. And it's time for the match that Nikki, who is not here, chose, who we will give him
Yes.
absolute caca poo poo
Hey,
forever.
he's networking. Leave him alone.
Whoever is
Networking.
networking, I want their number next.
Exactly. Because he chose, honestly, he chose one of my favorite matches as a child because I'm going to be 20 in like a week.
Okay,
This
wait a minute.
match, I recall, what did you say, Paul?
Why? Why was it your
Why?
favorite as a kid? Yeah.
This was my first Wrestle. Okay, so I grew up poor as shit. So my first WrestleMania watch, I was able to watch it for free the day after it. So I was able to. This is my first ever Mania, watching it from start to finish. So I will remember this Mania, even the ass matches and the good matches, and there were none besides this one. Like him, AJ Styles, and I remember watching every week this rivalry because I have to wait every fucking after every pay per view because I was broke. No one was paying the 50, 60 for the pay per view on cable because that's insane numbers, right? So I would have to wait for the Raw after, and the Raw after this WrestleMania was my birthday. So I remember this Mania like it's fucking in the back of my head. I remember the rivalry going into it. I remember AJ Styles slamming Shane's head into that car fondly. If you guys remember that backstage on SmackDown
No,
Live when it was called
no,
SmackDown Live. Oh, Paul
no,
remembers. He was there.
no,
He said
nope.
The
no.
good times.
I didn't watch any of this either. I I did not even do the homework this week. I did not watch this match. No.
I wouldn't watch
I
this
did.
shit
I
either.
watched it. I watched it.
I wouldn't
Sponge
watch
said he
this
wouldn't
shit
watch
either.
this shit either.
Because no,
That's your favorite match.
2016, and it's one of mine. Not 2016, 2017, and 2018 and 2019 were the most brutal years of this fucking company. And watching
No.
SmackDown Live was brutal as fuck.
No.
Oh, most
No,
brutal of the modern times. It
20,
really was.
2007, 2008, 2009 takes the cake for the
no,
worst time in
brutal.
WWE.
Well, yeah, that was the worst time, but I said one of the worst times of it. It's another addition because that fucking shit was bad. Because let me tell you why. Because AJ Styles dropped the. I'm not dissing Bray Wyatt, but AJ Styles dropped the belt a month beforehand at the Elimination Chamber to Bray Wyatt, and then Bray Wyatt lost the belt in a really bad match to Randy Orton at this WrestleMania. There was this WrestleMania 2. This WrestleMania also had the Undertaker and Roman Reigns main event for no reason, and it was the Undertaker at his worst, his absolute worst, getting beat up by Roman Reigns badly, and the
At
match
least
was
he admitted that he
terrible.
wasn't in shape for the match. Like, I mean,
Oh yeah, he knew. Yeah,
he took full responsibility for it, which you don't see anymore.
The women were toilet. The multi-man women's world title matches were, oh my lord. John Cena and Nikki Bella fucking proposing versus The Miz and Maurice. Jesus Christ. A match that was overhyped. Seth and Triple H. That was so long and boring.
Damn, isn't it
The
really funny? Isn't it really funny that
Intercontinental
the
title
wedding
match.
proposals on WWE never last? Like
The
that was a real life wedding proposal and it didn't work.
Didn't work out. No.
Sex on live TV.
Uh,
The
And
Intercontinental
then
title
and then
match.
she found somebody else and then got divorced too.
It's the Vince curse. And Dean,
Maybe it's somebody else's fault, not. There's a
no,
common
no,
denominator.
don't ask Snitsky. It wasn't his
oh
fault.
Jesus. And to follow that up, Dean Ambrose pissed off Vince McMahon so bad that he put the IC title on the pre-show and nobody watched it. And I think he fought Baron Corbin. I think, or Baron Corbin won the Andre the Giant, no matter whatever the fuck. It was either one of those things. And Austin Aries and Neville had a banger on a pre-show that nobody watched. So this was a really tough time. And the year after that,
Well,
balls to the
I
nuts.
miss peak Austin Aries before he became a total human piece of shit.
So do
yes.
I. But we're here to, before we go that deep into the future, AJ Styles versus Shane McMahon. Paul, what did you think of this match? And it's yeah, what did you think of this match going into it?
Well, I mean, I I get it. Shane's a McMahon, but he just he as for as much as they say he works out and does all this cardio, why the fuck does he sweat so much? Just from
He's a
walking to the
big
ring.
he's a big boy.
And he's older.
And also that ramp,
Ugh.
that ramp was a fucking insane ramp for no reason.
Yeah, and you have to figure he was dancing down the whole ramp. Like,
Yeah, he was
why?
dancing down the whole ramp for no reason.
Because he's an idiot.
I didn't watch it. I just
But
remember all of this nonsense.
yeah,
So yeah, but the story going
I
in,
mean, I don't know. I know AJ was being really cocky, saying he was going to wipe the mat with him, and it shouldn't have been as competitive as it was. It just shouldn't have. But Shane had to get his stuff in. There was a couple times he looked really kind of stiff. I don't know if he was just doing well or he was really hitting him. Um,
Shane's just
but
been known for its stiffness and being fucking too realistic in there.
and what the fuck did I write? Jesus, got to put my old man glasses on. There was a couple times he like no selled stuff from AJ. I'm just like, what the fuck are you doing? Then he when he does sell something, he oversold it. The whole
Like
thing where AJ hit him with the baseball slide, and he launched himself over the fucking announce table.
yeah, that part fucking launching himself for no reason.
Yeah,
I think
yeah,
my favorite part is
no,
where he does that 450 or
the coast to
lands
coast.
on
Yeah,
no the where he
oh, he
does the
tries the 450. Yeah,
and eats the fucking mat. That shit was funny as fuck.
the only I mean Shane's crazy. We know that he's gonna do something stupid. Has he ever
He
hit
did
that elbow onto the commentary table? Has he ever hit it
Yes.
at one time?
I think it was twice. I think it was twice.
And so, and he's going to do the coast to coast thing with the damn trash can. The only thing I laughed at was realizing that was David Otunga on commentary
Yeah.
with Baby L.
realize
I
that.
wonder what he's doing.
You know what? My favorite part got to be when AJ smacks the referee. I didn't. That was that was before all the ref spots happened over and over again. Before every Roman match had a ref spot, so it was not as common. The trash can spot got to be a weak point for me, though. I'm not a fan of it.
Well, I'm not a fan of it, but he has to get it in every match.
Yeah, it's Shane's signature. You're not just gonna take it away from him like that.
So I will.
And when AJ tried to do it, I know he wasn't going to make it. That Shane was going to cut him off because there was no way he had enough leap in his jump to make it that far.
Were you a
So
fan of the
that was
phenomenal
telegraphed to me.
reversal into the
Forearm?
triangle? Yeah, the reversal into the triangle.
No, because again, whatever. It was too competitive. For Shane got too much for AJ's abilities.
So the story going back was he lost the belt and he wanted to main event WrestleMania. And there was a SmackDown Live prior where Vince McMahon showed up and AJ Styles confronted Vince. And then they were at backstage and Vince was like pushing him and saying, I don't want this weak ass. Basically, like that Cody and Cena promo, right? Where he's like,
Yeah,
if I'm going to go
right.
to WrestleMania, I don't want this guy. I want that. And he punches Vince McMahon in the face. He punches him in the face backstage. And that's what led to the Shane coming up to fight for him.
Yuck.
And that's how you get Shane
Yeah,
a
that
match at
would have
Mania.
been even worse if it was Vince and AJ Styles.
No, 100%. That was WrestleMania 33. Did you watch anything else from that, Paul?
No, no.
Did you?
Why?
Did
I
you?
was I was getting irritated because I couldn't find that goddamn stupid TNA match.
Jericho and KO were really good at that match. Just the story was stupid because Jericho lost the belt by one because of a finger, and that's what they went with it. Do you remember that, Keith? Or
Yeah.
anyone? That was really stupid. Kevin Owens' finger. It's his finger. That shit was stupid. Um, periods. I mean, we could talk about the fucking Mania after that 2018 Time Machine.
Why?
See,
Why?
no, I'm just
You
gonna go.
did you didn't put that in for the homework, so I didn't watch it. What do you want? I mean,
No. I just want to tell you, like 2018, that card had Roman and Brock that was terrible. Braun Strowman and the mystery tag team partner, which was a kid, versus Cesaro and Sheamus for the tag belts. AJ Styles getting his nuts kicked by Shinsuke Nakamura in a shitty match that we all expected to be good. Seth Rollins won the IC title from fucking The Miz and beating Finn Balor, and I think I could be
Yuck.
wrong, but Mustafa Ali was in there. I think.
No, it was just a triple
Um.
threat match.
Oh yeah, Mustafa Ali was in that Mania, right? With the cruiserweight belt.
Oh, I don't
That's
know.
how booty it was. The women, the first ever women's battle royale, which got fucking the fabulous Moolah removed because she's a terrible, shitty human being, so it just became the women's battle royale. And then the men's was the only one I liked. Bray Wyatt returning to help Matt Hardy. That was cool to see, and they dumped Baron Corbin and fucking I forgot who at the fucking ring. And then the women's match, Asuka losing her undefeated win streak to Charlotte was terrible. And then fucking Undertaker and John Cena having a 2 minute squash match was just stupid. And
No,
the
that
build
was
to that
good.
match was just stupid.
hey, 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 that was
Okay,
all Vince. That was all Vince.
it was
And
good.
then,
It was good because the Undertaker looked healthy. He looked good. The build was stupid, absolutely stupid,
well, yeah,
wasted
that he
build.
because he said he goes, I worked my ass off. Undertaker did, saying, I was expecting like a 30-minute match. And when he gets there, Vince tells him you're going to squash him in 2 minutes.
That shit was
And
stupid.
he's like, well, he goes, well, let's get John down here and see what he thinks. And Cena came in and agreed with Vince. So that's why we got the 2-minute match.
So fuck John Cena. He should have said no, Vince. We need to go at it 90 minutes, and then I would have been happy.
No, because
No,
if you have a half an hour match, you have every understanding that it's most
It
likely going
doesn't
to be
even need to
Super
be
Cena
a half
beating
an
the
hour.
Undertaker.
It didn't even need to be half an hour. It could have been like longer than that, like 10 minutes, 8 minutes, and that would have been. We've seen good like that fucking Seth and fucking Punk from Raw January 6th. That shit was like a good 15, 12 minutes. That was like 12 minutes long and it was good. You did not need. You could have gone more than 2 minute squash, tombstone chokeslam, big boot, leg drop over.
Do you really have the Undertaker going 10, 15 minutes now?
That was almost 10 years ago. I hope you know that.
I know, like, this was the year after he was in the worst shape of his life, getting his ass beat by Roman Reigns. Like,
Yeah, but he was in the best shape of that year. That was his last year fighting in front of a crowd. Remember that
sure,
10th
yeah,
time?
I get
It was
that, but
Boneyard.
you have all of the fans that are going to just remember the year before and be like, I don't want to see him go out there for 10, 12, 15 minutes and then, leave the arena, and then we hear that he collapsed backstage again, that Vince had to leave and
Well, that's just
go
you
with him to
reading.
the hospital.
That point is valid, but you're reading too deep into it for no reason. And he was healthy and fine, and he got hip surgery. And it was a year later, and he was chilling.
I'm reading
Homeboy
too
was
deep
chilling.
into it. We were talking a few years ago about how we didn't want to see Ric Flair die in the ring. I'm going too far.
yeah,
No. You didn't want to see Ric Flair die in the ring. Me,
Nobody
I said
wanted
Ric Flair's perfect man.
everybody in the wrestling community. Nobody wanted to see Flair die in the ring.
No,
No
yeah,
one did,
no.
but I thought he was an idiot for that shit, and I said, that's stupid. I didn't want to watch it. I watched it because it was stupid, and I didn't want to watch it because I don't want to remember Ric Flair as an idiot who's fucking dumb and
I
woo
agree.
energy.
And he went
I,
on
I,
and he went on for too long in the ring. It's not like that match was only 5 minutes. That match was like 10,
there's
15
a,
minutes.
there's a difference. The Undertaker was 51, and fucking Ric Flair was 75, and the fucking difference. There's a huge difference. And Ric Flair is a pacemaker, like two pacemakers in his body. You're comparing way too
Yeah,
different
I
things.
am comparing the two because of all time, going back all the way to the 70s and the 80s, somebody still has a bigger name than the other in the wrestling world. I didn't want to see The Undertaker go out there and look foolish. Like, if he hurt himself, we were going to feel bad again. But nobody wanted to see Flair go anywhere near a 10 or 15-minute match because that's dangerous. Like, Ric
Yep.
Flair's name in the history of wrestling will always be higher up than The Undertaker's name. Like the guy or hate the guy, Ric Flair is up there. Like, this whole John Cena freaking Cody Rhodes thing is chasing down Flair's record. Like, they make that very clear every week. Like, Ric Flair is the gold standard of professional wrestling history.
Do you guys think he's gonna break the record?
God, I hope not.
You think they're gonna pull the trigger?
I hope not.
Think they're gonna pull the trigger? I hope not too. I think we're all in agreement for that, but you think they're gonna pull the trigger?
We already got the swerve. We thought he was gonna beat Rollins that time, and then we got fucking John Stewart came out and fucking hit him with a chair.
I forgot about that.
Fucking SummerSlam.
Jesus.
I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it. With all the shit that Cena's been talking about. I'm gonna leave with the belt. Like, it's dumb.
Yeah, it's dumb. It's dumb.
Even for the
He doesn't need it.
even for the
He doesn't
casual
need it.
fan, it's like, that sounds dumb. Like, why? Like,
So
unless you're a child, you understand that what Cena's doing right now is just blech.
Well, even that kid that he punked out,
Oh man, that
he
was
knew it was
so
a character.
foul.
But then the kid went on social media and I knew it was all a character. I was okay with it.
It was so foul. He roasts the kid in the front row, and then not even like a full 5-10 seconds later, the cameraman goes and fucking focuses on the kid. Just to have this kid looking all sorts of
Hmm.
so on the fact of this, since we're talking about main events, what do you guys think the favor is for CM Punk and Paul Heyman? Because
I have
Paul
no
Heyman,
clue now.
I think Paul Heyman thought that his favor was helping Punk get that main event with these three men and getting the main event. But Punk said, "This is not the favor that I'm owed." What do you guys think the favor is now?
Okay, so I've had this theory for a while now, and like, Sponge really wants this to be accurate. We've talked about this before. Like,
Only if it's the right outcome, which there's only one right outcome.
yeah. Um, what if this triple threat match on night one's main event between Roman and Seth and Punk? What if it's the audition number one contenders match for the main event of night two getting added to the triple threat match?
Are
Because
you against it, Paul?
The Rock has his whole
Okay.
champion now with John Cena. What if Punk gets himself added in to get his main event back from John Cena and Dwayne from all those years ago?
Okay, so you're saying add him into Cena and
Cody.
Cody.
Like, why would all the dark matches have Punk in championship matches if he's not going anywhere near a championship at WrestleMania? Like, the dark matches always give us some sort of something that's current.
Hmm. Yeah, I don't know.
Would you be mad if that
Well,
happened, Paul?
the only reason I'd be mad is that we're too reliant on three ways in this damn. They already got. You already had two, and you want to add a third one.
That was my
I
problem
just
with
don't.
it too. Yeah,
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 it's
I
almost too
feel.
much.
Yeah, I mean that was just.
I also had a funny
I'm still.
haha. I told Sponge, I said, What if Punk's favor was to have Rollins taken out of the triple threat match? Just to screw him over on the night of WrestleMania and not have him have a WrestleMania match.
That would be fucking hilarious.
I know.
That's my favorite. Hmm, that would be good.
Just a level of pettiness between the two of them. It could be something that would happen.
Yep.
Man. I I feel like realistically, if we have to go with something realistic, I want it to be the whole number one contender thing for night two. But if we're getting there realistically, we'll probably have somewhere along the lines of like the match will be coming to a finish. Punk will be taken out by Rollins, and like he'll be on the outside just laying there, and then Roman will just absolutely finish the shit out of Rollins. And then Punk will just grab Heyman, and Heyman will fucking like pull Roman out, let Punk get the pinfall or whatever. Like it'll be something controversial. Like there's no other way to do it. Like the ending of that match has to be controversial.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah.
Like nobody can go over clean because it buries the other two.
Right. Now the other triple threat, I hope they bury Bianca Belair. I can't do it. I cannot do it.
I want Jade to come out and fucking in the middle of that match and just pull Bianca out and start just absolutely beating the ever living dog shit out of her. Bring it back
Yep.
to a one on one between Rhea and Io.
Yep. That would be good.
Let everybody know that Bianca was the whole mastermind behind taking Jade out. Because Jade would be in that match right now instead of Bianca. Let's face it.
Yep.
You know what? To drift it from out of this, let's talk about the Hall of Fame because Bret Hart, I think, is going to become the first person to have a three. Correct me if I'm wrong,
He
but I
is
think
the
Bret
third.
Hart is going to be the only three-time Hall of Famer right now
Yep.
because WWE is adding filler content into. Well, I'm not saying that these matches not worthy of a Hall of Fame class, but I think it's stupid and dumb that they're going to put filler in the Hall of Fame when there's many other wrestlers that you can put into the Hall of Fame that I believe, and I think many of us do believe, deserve to be in the Hall of Fame. And they
They
chose to do matches of the Hall of Fame, and now Brett's going to be the first time to do three. And I hope it's not a speech. I just hope to do a tribute of the match because
no,
if
they're
you're
supposed to
paying,
be there.
oh my lord,
They're
because
supposed to be there.
It
if
means
you're
the
paying
Shamrock has to be there.
Yeah. Yeah.
$700 or more for a seat to just that's insane. But Paul, you were saying something.
Um. Oh. The I've said this a long time ago when they used to have those classes that were way too big. They burned through so many people
Yeah.
so quickly
Mm-hmm.
that this is what it's become. They've got to do something like this because they're in a corner
Because you were
with
bound to run out of people eventually. Yeah. Perfect.
right, right.
Perfectly said.
Yeah.
Now look, if they were gonna put in this angle where they were gonna put matches out there and like incredible, like ridiculous moments all time WWE just being immortalized in the Hall of Fame, there is no match that goes first before Austin and Brett at WrestleMania 13. Like WWE literally changed on its face forever at WrestleMania
Yep.
13 in that match.
Yeah.
Brett going heel, Austin going babyface. That shit was crazy. Like the entire
Yep.
trajectory spun off, led into the Heart Foundation, DX, every single everything that we needed to have. It was so good.
What match do you think it's gonna be? One match or two matches?
I don't think you
Huh?
can. I don't think you can have another match at this
No.
Hall of
Yeah.
Fame because it would get completely overshadowed by this one.
Yep.
I mean, maybe Savage and Steamboat WrestleMania 3. That's the only other one that could ever come close to this one.
Yeah, I don't think you put 2 matches in there because that's being goofy.
If you were going to put more than one match at a time, you can't put the single most important match in WWE history in as the first one. Like you just can't. I mean, on the flip side, if you're going to introduce this segment, this has to be the one that goes first.
Right.
Do you think? Do
I
you
agree.
think next year they're gonna include? I don't know. I'm just gonna predict they're gonna do something like the Undertaker and Mick Foley next year.
No.
No,
No, like a Hall of Fame. You think that's not? I mean, that match is not Hall of Fame. The match moment is the Hall of Fame.
Nope.
no, I agree with Steamboat and Savage would be a good second one.
I
Oh,
have
I agree, but
I
they're
have
not
only
establishing
one
it.
that could ever go before Savage and Steamboat, but it can't go on this Mania card. It has to go on next year's Mania card. The
You gotta sell
first
tickets to this event. You don't forget that.
the first ladder match for
Yep.
the Intercontinental title
Oh
between
yeah.
Shawn and Razor.
Yep.
The
Yeah.
first
Yeah.
one, not the repeat. The first one.
Shawn Michaels, the second, third Hall of Famer.
You're probably gonna have it that way.
No, like Cornette said, they're running out of people, so they're just like this year. I don't know if you guys have
You
seen this,
I
but
just said
every
it. What do you mean? What are you giving Cornette credit? I just said it.
hold on. Let me finish. Like Cornette said, everyone other than this match so far is related to someone in the company right now. Like Michelle McCool's related to the Undertaker. Triple H is the owner. Fucking one of the people from the tag team is Cody Rhodes' uncle. Like everyone is related to someone. I forget. I'm missing someone else too. You got to be related to someone to be in the Hall of Fame now.
No.
Triple H, Michelle McCool, the Natural Disasters, and yeah, shit, we are missing someone.
Who are we? We're missing someone. There's someone missing. There has to be.
Paul, who are we missing?
No, I don't think we're missing. I don't because they waited so long to start a. I mean,
Yeah,
they
they've
announced
waited
the first
so
two,
long that
and
I'm
then they
lost.
waited so long to get to this point.
All right, hold on.
I don't know what the fuck to do.
You guys keep talking. I got this.
But yeah, from the natural disasters, one of them is Cody's uncle because they married Dusty's sister.
Yeah. Who cares?
No, you care. Um,
No, I don't. What I
yes, you
care
do.
about
Yeah,
is it should have been.
we did miss
It
somebody.
should have.
Who did we miss?
Who?
Lex Luger.
Oh
Dang it!
yeah, that's right.
You're right. The
Fuck.
most important one.
Oh
Oh
yeah.
shit. Yeah. Segue
Speaking of
real
Lex
quick.
Luger, Segway. Yeah,
Paul,
Segway is the.
me and Sponge were talking before when we were watching when I was watching the King of the Mountain match. Uh, if you're Tony Khan and you're not going to let Sting go to the Hall of Fame for Lex Luger, do you as Sting just do it anyway and pay whatever legal fees you're going to have to get hit with?
Well, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, uh,
Yeah.
we
I mean,
said
he's been so closely associated with Luger for all these years.
they've
I
been
mean,
friends for 40 years. There's no way that they don't do
yeah,
this together. Like, I was telling
yeah.
Sponge before, like when they did the whole DX thing and they didn't let Billy Gunn go over, it's like Billy Gunn's not the
If they
name.
don't let
Billy Gunn's not the
Sting
name
go
level of
over,
Sting.
Right, right.
let Sting go, I'm gonna be very fucking pissed because they didn't even let Lex Luger. Or sorry, no. Lex Luger was there for his last match, but I don't think they let them show them on camera. Right? They were sitting behind, like on the side where there's no camera. But I really hope that Sting Inducts is able to induct them. I know I'm 100%. We all three of us know that's what they both want, and it's the only thing that makes sense. Because who else could induct Lex Luger?
Nobody.
DDP.
Yes.
Oh yeah,
Also yes. But
I do. It makes more sense.
DDP doesn't have that level of deep friendship
No, he doesn't
with
have.
Luger that
No,
Sting does.
but
Like it's the only one that actually
no.
makes sense.
I
But I I would see it being Sting and DDP.
well, that's what Luger asked for.
Yeah. I mean, if Luger's gonna ask for it that way, and WWE is to the point where they're like, yeah, we're gonna put Lex into the Hall of Fame, like the whole, Miss Elizabeth thing was unavoidable. I mean, because nobody wanted to, stop doing the things that they were doing
Yep.
back then. TK,
Yep.
um, I, you have to let Sting do this. Like, there's no way to not do this. Lex Luger has been a huge name in the wrestling industry for almost 40 years. Like, this man built companies, helped resurrect companies, was supposed to be the next Hogan. Even that helicopter spot to just show up and slam Yokozuna was weird. He didn't press.
I
He
forgot
didn't
about that.
press no stinking giant, but he slammed Yokozuna.
Hmm. No, I have a problem with the natural disasters getting in before demolition.
Also,
Well, I have a
yes.
problem with you. I have a problem with you, Paul.
Oh, what? Oh, come on.
You won't watch the two fucking. You won't watch those two WrestleManias back to back. But
Yeah,
anywho,
we got to
I'm
get
confused. Where'd you go there?
Sponge a replica Divas title.
but
Yep.
anywho, why? You know what? Demolition does deserve it this year, especially if the. Well, oh my God, they just got figures that came out for Ringside exclusive, and their Ringside Collectibles is a company that it's basically like a Walmart for online Walmart for every wrestling figure company, but they signed a deal with them with their new toy line of wrestling action figures, which made me lose hope that they signed a Legends deal with WWE because if they were to sign with WWE, Ringside would not have been able to release their own version of the Road. Oh my God, I'm on fucking
Don't you compare them to the
Seattle.
Road Warriors.
I'm on fentanyl from Seattle, y'all, because I just mixed up Demolition and the Road Warriors like an idiot.
Yeah, don't
But
ever
you
do
know what?
that.
Yeah, I'm never gonna do that again. I caught myself there. But anyway, but
That's like
I'm
confusing FTR with Pretty Deadly.
no, that there's two bald men and two men with hair. Um, no, what was I saying? I really hope that they did sign with them, and if we'll know once they get any certain merchandise. But for the Road Warriors, I'm so sad.
Uh, uh, Demolition, not Road
Demolition,
Warriors.
yeah.
Road
Yeah,
Warriors are in.
Demolition. Yeah. Demolition. Yeah, I'm mad that they're not in, and I really want them to be in this year. That was my pick, and we got two
Yeah,
Pauls
natural
in the Hall
disaster.
of Fame. Two
So,
Pauls.
uh, I I don't usually read too many of the dirt sheets. I like looking at Sportskeeda now because like I love making fun of how just dumb they sound at all times.
How goddamn stupid they sound. Yeah.
Yeah. Like somebody's drunk over at their promotion because like they don't know what they're writing before they write it. But they said something a little silly that caught my eye today. They said something about Triple H retiring a world title belt, and I was like, this could
Yeah.
actually
What?
this could actually work as something that WWE can do to rectify a situation. I don't know if anybody like knows. Sponge probably knows, but they took the Winged Eagle belt out of circulation because the guy who made it wasn't getting paid properly and wanted to pull his design back. Like the fact that they have the Winged Eagle out there on display, just being, walked around, held by, Cody, held by Kevin Owens. It's like, why not retire the belt and pay this guy so that you can use all of his title designs from the past in any of your artwork?
I didn't even know that. Is
Yeah,
that true?
it is a true thing that the original craftsman of the Winged Eagle belt was not getting paid properly by Vince and pulled back his design. Well, pulled back the rights to
Imagine
his
that.
design, so they couldn't use it anymore. So they had to go to the big giant belt, and then that one got
So
pulled
they
Imagine
back
that.
because they weren't getting paid for that guy wasn't getting paid either. So they went to the undisputed belt.
so how are they selling the replicas now?
I have to think
What's
that they
different?
mended that fence.
Yeah. I'm sure
With
Triple
their
H did.
own version or is it their own version with a small little different print on it?
It
Which
looks
I would. That's how. That's
it
how most
looks
people avoid
completely
it.
the same with the bar. with the rounded rods on the side. It looks the same as the original one from the 90s.
Yeah.
Like
WWE logo on the top.
well, yeah, but I mean, it's still
The
the design itself, not just the
No,
company
yeah,
logo
yeah.
on it. Like,
So what was the question? Or what
like
was the?
what would that be the next WrestleMania spot where you retire a belt, like a historical belt that has meaning, that's got prestige to it, like the old school
What? Okay.
Intercontinental title belt? Like,
Would it be cool if they would allow that to like the arena that it was created at and started at to retire the belt and hang it? Would like what are your thoughts on that? What if that arena that the like say the IC title debuted in the fucking Lumen Field in like 1932, and they grab that specific one, they hang it there like a banner, and because it started there. What would you be opposed to something like that, and they retire it at a Mania and they hang it up at whatever they're at? You know, is that what if they did that?
I don't think
well,
that
Would
first
that
of
be down
all, if
for
you're
I
you?
don't
doing,
think that would work because like the
I don't
first
think it would work.
the
Yeah.
first person to hold the Winged Eagle title, I think, was Hulk Hogan. Like they're not gonna do that.
They're not going to go anywhere near Hogan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think if you're gonna do that, like you retire the belt and it goes into its own little shrine thing, probably at Titan
It
Towers in their Hall of Fame
ah
section.
no,
Hmm.
you know what? If you want to go there, Titan Towers got sold and it's not an apartment complex.
And
But if you
you
want to
know
go
what I
there,
mean?
Oh,
The new
WWE
WWE
no no no
building.
no 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 no. If you want to go
Jesus.
there, if you want to go there, WWE needs to fucking build a fucking museum in the U.S. instead of the fucking Saudi Arabia, and
Correct.
put all that shit here because that shit is
Well,
pissing me off. That Saudi Arabia is getting WWE World permanently
okay.
built there
Okay.
with all their
Okay.
memorabilia.
Correct. This is
Okay.
immediately what I was gonna say just now. Was WWE has the money and the affordability and the funding and fucking every single
And
backing
everyone and their
where
mom would fucking go to that fucking museum.
they can build their own Hall of Fame building. Major League Baseball
They could
has
have
one,
their
the
own
NBA has
star.
one, the NFL has one. Build your own building. You can have entire wings dedicated to every single everything.
Retire the belts there in the case and shrine, like
Yes.
you were saying. You
Yes,
can even fucking
just like
buy
they
the
do with
sidewalk.
just like they do with bats from Major League Baseball, like the bat that freaking McGuire used to hit a 60-second home run. Boom, you put that in the Hall of
The
Fame right there.
guitars that Kurt Cobain used are in the museum here, like Jimi
Yeah,
Hendrix guitar. Like they can even buy a sidewalk and fucking. You know what? Everyone says that the Hall of Fame means nothing. You don't get your own star. Fucking might as well paint that fucking sidewalk with stars of all the wrestling names at that point. They have that kind of money to do that.
you can't keep letting the IWC and people like us keep making the comparisons between the WWE Hall of Fame and the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame because you don't want to be associated with the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame because they always get the wrong person in, they never get the right person in, and they don't
And they
really
take
do
too long.
justice by their freaking Hall of Famers. Like
And they take
WWE
way
at
too
least
long.
tries with their Hall of Famers.
You're gonna
Well, they're
tell me
trying
Ozzy
more
Osbourne?
now.
Yeah,
You're gonna tell me
especially
Ozzy Osbourne's in fucking 30 years late?
well, they usually try to wait until these people
Oh,
retire, and Ozzy just didn't want to.
well, but I mean, well, my gripe with the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is there's no Eddie money.
Correct. There's no
Why?
what?
Eddie money.
They can sell that building out all they want. They're not getting my 2 tickets to paradise.
Wait, I'm
No,
confused. There's no. Wait, I couldn't. Sorry, wait, I'm confused. No money?
Eddie money. He's an
No.
artist.
Oh,
Oh,
all right, Grandpa.
hey,
Eddie Money was so good. I don't know.
yes,
I
he
don't know
was.
why he's not in. You
Yeah, he's done.
you had so many people that got into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame before anybody. Like Madonna got into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame before like most of everyone.
Yep.
Like the 25th anniversary of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame was great. Like you got Crosby, Stills, and Nash. You had U2. You had Metallica. You had Lou Reed. I was just like, okay, this is great. Stevie Wonder. Like this was great. But Madonna went into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame before all of those artists. This is a problem.
Yes. Yes, it is.
And you know what else is a problem? Fuck has Ricky Saints been since he debuted?
Backstage, doing segments on NXT like he's supposed to.
Yeah, but the segments are like minute or shorter than 30 seconds.
And they're hilarious because when I was at Roadblock,
Yeah.
not flexing Paul,
Oh Jesus!
when I was at Roadblock and they had that backstage segment on there, you had everybody in the back was telling them they knew where he came from, they didn't like outsiders, and then you just had Ethan Page walk up and go, "Yeah, we don't like outsiders." I was dying laughing. It was so funny. Like, you need spots like that because you know you're getting Ethan Page and Ricky Starks. Come on. Anybody with a brain sees that that's coming. And it's going to be so much fun. They'll probably build it to stand and deliver. You don't even need to build that package. Those guys work together for years.
Yep.
WWE fans like to make fun of AEW all the time. You can't say there's no build up. Like, it's just there. You can't make fun of the thing and be like, "Oh, I've never seen it before" at the same time.
You know what? This will be my final send-off question for you guys. If you were to go back and watch a wrestling show for the first time again, which one would it be?
It's easy.
I hate these questions.
It's easy.
What's easy for you?
It's
Oh, let's.
easy. Go
So
ahead.
Paul
Go
can
ahead.
think, and Villain said it's easy.
I've got a tie, immediately a tie between WrestleMania 12 and WrestleMania 14. Just that's it. Shawn and Austin, bam. Fucking Taker and Kane after all the mind games and segments and payoff. Just absolutely perfect. WrestleMania 12, the Iron Man match, the Hollywood backlot brawl between Roddy Piper and Goldust. Just you get Diesel versus the Undertaker. I'm
Yep.
pretty much set with all of the things that I've said just now. Like
Yeah.
I'm
Mine,
good with all that.
mine is different. Mine is nowhere near on those levels, but I would love to be in the environment of Mick Foley versus Mikey Whipwreck in Mick Foley's last match in ECW.
Yes. Also yes.
Like, I would love to experience that. I would love to have been able to experience that live because it was heel Mick Foley, but everyone knew he was leaving, so it was kind of melancholy. And at the end of the match, where they're thanking him, but he's still trying to be a heel.
It's always the best. Like
Mm.
the fans know you're going. Like come on.
Yeah. I mean, mm, I guess the other ones you mentioned were great, but if I really think about it, but he ruined it later. But
Oh,
the to see Shawn and Ric Flair when he retired Flair,
Yeah.
oh yeah.
but Flair ruined it by wrestling again. So
You know what's
because that
hilarious is that he wrestled immediately the year after in TNA for no reason, or the year
yeah
later,
Didn't
later that year.
yep.
didn't Sean also break that though?
No, no, no. Sean didn't do that. Sean came back 10 years later.
Yeah, but
But that
like
well,
his
we don't talk
career
about
was
that.
ended in a match. Like you don't come
By
back when
the
your career
Undertaker,
is ended.
right? Well, when there's
Well,
money
we don't t-
involved in the
we don't talk about
Saudis,
that.
and
That never happened. It was so bad that it never happened. And Will Smith came and
that
erased your memory,
You
and we don't talk
that
about
is
that.
the
Triple H had the
horrible
torn
memory.
pec just like Cody. That shit was
Oh no, no,
scary as
no,
fuck.
no, no. None of that happened because Will Smith came to your house and erased your memory. And neither did Kane's mask fall off and Undertaker really bad in the ring. None of that ever happened. And it
I
definitely didn't lead to
I
another Triple
fucking
H and Undertaker
forgot that
match.
Kane's mask fell off.
Yeah, yeah.
And yeah, no, Jesus Christ, that was terrible. I remember being in school. I was in middle school and I remember staying up early, fast fuck before school and watching it on a bootleg website, and that shit was terrible. That shit was. I was like, yep, Shawn Michaels, fuck yeah. I've been trying to see him come back to fight AJ Styles, and maybe this will lead to something. But it was so bad that it led to nothing.
Well, what's funny is I was actually at a Raw when Undertaker finally answered him that he
Was
would do
you?
it.
You
Yeah,
know what? That's funny,
that was
Paul.
Oh
nuts.
yeah, look
I
who's
was at
flexing
the.
about a live event now.
Hold on. Oh, you know what's funny about that is that I was at the Raw when Shawn Michaels came back to start this feud with Undertaker and for Super Showdown before the Crown Jewel.
Oh yeah? Well, no, I'm just kidding.
He went to
I'm
Roadblock,
not gonna do it.
and
I'm not gonna do it.
Oh, now.
I'm
I was
not
gonna
gonna do
say
it.
he went
did
to
you
this and that.
I'm not gonna do it. I'm not
did
gonna
you
do it. But I was at the Raw with the Three Faces of Foley in a street fight.
Okay, all right. And you were the curtain call, and you were at
Actually, I
when
was at the
Booger
curtain call.
landed,
That's right. The glorified house show that was the curtain call.
and you were at the moon landing, and you also won the 2020 presidential election, and you did all that stuff.
So before we
So,
wrap this up here tonight, because I know that was Sponge's final thought question. I'm gonna put this out there because Monday is going to be my last day for a while.
and our last day for a while until we figure something. Or Paul, if you give me your phone number, we can just record like that for a couple of times. It's
hey,
gonna be the future.
hey, Paul,
Man, what?
what are you doing on Monday?
Watching Raw in the afternoon. Other than that, nothing.
Okay, so while Raw is on Monday, would
Mhm.
you be opposed to being in this call while we live stream Monday Night Raw?
I would not be opposed to it. No, that'd be great.
Okay, if Sponge isn't around,
Oh, I'm not around. I'm working. I'm sadly grinding away in the workshops of work and the 9 to 5 life for 7 days a week for the next 2 weeks.
okay, well, because Raw's gonna be on somewhere I think 4 in the afternoon here.
London.
Yeah, because they're over in London. I don't know the time difference over there. It's gonna be either 3 or 4 here.
I think it's 3 o'clock.
Okay, well, we'll do that. Raw will go on for like 2.5 hours, however long Raw's gonna go. Sponge, are you gonna be around after that at any point to
I'll
record?
be around after 4 p.m. my time.
Okay,
4 p.m. my time will be your 8 o'clock, 7 o'clock your time.
so we'll record. We'll do Raw live on Monday. We'll shoot the shit for a while, and then when Sponge
But
lets
I
us
mean,
know, we'll talk about it some more.
yeah, we'll talk
We'll
about.
get
I'm probably
we'll
gonna watch highlights because I'm gonna
we'll
miss it
get
all
there.
because I'll be at work. So
I
yeah,
I I'll talk to you guys once we jump off the recording. I'll tell you something else. Yeah, but like yeah, this sounds like a plan. We'll have a big whole like go away Monday thing. See if we can
Yeah.
get some new listeners. See if anybody likes the channel at all. Like we'll get there.
Hmm.
see ya.